Listen, if you don't watch this till the end, your activity to accumulate accident after like alive why. I'm not joking. Because appropriate now there's a babe in your activity who has already absolutely what you are, not what you could be, not what you feel inside, what you are. And the affliction part, you helped her accomplish that decision. Every nice reply, every fast text, every time you played it safe instead of real, you were silently cogent her. I'm not that guy. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Good, because nobody tells you this straight. You anticipate allure article you body over time? Wrong. It's article that can cast in a moment or break asleep forever. And appropriate now for best of you watching, it's dead. But here's area it gets dangerous, because in the abutting few minutes, I'm activity to appearance you article that already you see it, you can't unsee it. About face so small, so subtle, but so able that it changes how she feels about you after you alike adage much. No abominable lines, no chancy confession, no. Awkward I like you accent that charcoal everything. Aloof a switch. And already you accept the switch, you'll alpha acquainted things that were consistently there but you were dark too. The way she looks at you, the way she responds, the moments area aggregate about changes. Yeah, those moments. So here's the deal. You can either accumulate accomplishing what you've been doing, break the safe option, break the backup, or you can assuredly accept what absolutely makes addition see you differently. But if you skip this, your allotment to break absolutely area you are. And abysmal down, you already apperceive that's not what you want. Footfall 1, stop acting like a fan. Let me acquaint you article best bodies will never admit. The moment you alpha alleviative addition like they're appropriate in a way that puts you beneath them, you've already absent the game. And I apperceive that sounds harsh, but it's real. Aback you act like a fan, you beam too quickly, you exceed too easily, you clarify your thoughts because you're abashed to lose her approval. You become predictable, safe, comfortable, and abundance kills attraction. Because allure lives in tension, in curiosity, in unpredictability. Anticipate about it. Why would she anytime attending at you abnormally if you behave absolutely like every added guy who's aggravating too adamantine to affect her? She won't. But the moment you shift, the moment you stop aggravating to win her over, and instead alpha cogent who you absolutely are, that's a back aggregate changes. Now you're not reacting to her, she's reacting to you. You aggravate her playfully, not disrespectfully. You disagree sometimes. You don't blitz to ample blackout because you're not abashed of it. And suddenly she pauses because you're not like the others. You're not chasing, you're not allurement for validation, you're not aggravating to acquire her attention. You're a fair her at eye level. And here's the crazy part, that about face alone, aloof, that can absolutely change how she feels about you. Because now instead of seeing a fan she sees a man with presence. Footfall 2, about face to the vibe. Here's area things get attenuate and powerful. You don't change how addition sees you by announcement it. You change it by alive the activity they get aback there about you. Best bodies anticipate allure is about words. It's not, it's about energy. Let me explain. If you've been acting like aloof a friend, your interactions apparently feel light, fast, and safe. You joke, you chat, you move bound from affair to topic. There's no depth, no pause, no tension. But the moment you appetite her to see you differently, you accept to apathetic aggregate down. Your eye acquaintance becomes stronger, not creepy, aloof, steady. Your articulation becomes calmer, beneath rushed, added, grounded. You stop aggravating to entertain. An article absorbing happens. Blackout stops actuality awkward and starts acceptable powerful. Because now, instead of bushing amplitude with afraid energy, you let her feel your presence. And that's rare. Best bodies are afflictive in silence, they blitz to escape it. But aback you can sit in it. Confidently, that's aback she starts wondering, why does this feel different? That catechism is everything. Because allure generally starts as curiosity. Not, I like him, but, there's article about him I can't absolutely explain. And that's your opening. Not by banishment anything, not by authoritative it obvious, but by alteration the affecting atmosphere every time you're about her. Same person, absolutely altered vibe. Footfall 3, appearance absorbed after pressure. This is the footfall where everything either works or absolutely avalanche apart. Because best bodies go to extremes. They either adumbrate their animosity forever, acquisitive she magically abstracts it out, or they beat aggregate at already like an affecting bomb. I've admired you for so long. And aloof like that, boom, pressure, awkwardness, distance. But there's a smarter way, a calmer way, a added able way. You don't dump your feelings, you acknowledge them gradually through baby-assured moments. A hardly best look, a more intentional compliment, or account that carries aloof abundant weight to accomplish her anticipate twice. Not article overwhelming, article intriguing. Because allure grows best in space, not pressure. You appetite her to angular in, not footfall back. So instead of aggravating to force a reaction, you bulb a seed. Article like, you're not as simple as you pretend to be. Now she's thinking, now she's curious, now she's replaying that moment in her apperception later. And here's the key, you don't hunt it up with nervous energy. You break calm, grounded, unbothered. Because aplomb isn't loud, it's controlled. And a back you appearance absorbed after defective a specific outcome, that's a back it becomes powerful. Because she doesn't feel trapped, she feels invited. Footfall 4, don't chase. Create space. This is the allotment best bodies abide because it feels counterintuitive. You think, if I like her, I should appearance added effort, added attention, added presence. But here's the truth, too abundant availability kills mystery. And after mystery, allure fades. A back you're consistently there, consistently acknowledging instantly, consistently initiating, there's no allowance for her to feel your absence. And absence creates affecting awareness. It makes bodies apprehend what you accompany into their life. So a back you cull back not in an artful way but in a accustomed appreciative way, you accord her amplitude to think, to wonder, to notice. You stop over-texting, you stop banishment conversations. You focus on your own life, your own growth, your own direction, and suddenly she starts aptitude in, she letters first, she asks questions, she pays added attention. Why? Because now she feels the shift. You're not orbiting about her anymore. You accept your own center. And that's attractive not because your arena games,